It is one of the great ironies of all time that the Trump presidency has given us more books than ever before. Which is a crazy thing, because this is a guy whose favorite thing to read is the Hooters t-shirt. And this week, another Trump book hits the shelves. This one from former Trump aide and reality TV star Omarosa, and it's safe to say it's making major headlines.
Omarosa's stunning Meet the Press interview where she tells all about her time in the White House.
What she calls an insider's account of the Trump White House.
They continue to deceive this nation by how mentally declined he is, how difficult it is for him to process complex information. This is a White House where everybody lies. Donald Trump is a con and has been masquerading as someone who is actually open to engaging with diverse communities. He is truly a racist.
Omarosa, how can you say that about the president 3 years after we all said that about the president? How? Seriously though, Omarosa had to spend a year in the White House to learn that Donald Trump doesn't know what he's doing. Like, I can't wait for her next book, Donald Trump, something's wrong with his hair. But the revelations in Omarosa's book aren't even the juicy part of this story, because it turns out that unlike James Comey, she wasn't just making notes, she was making tapes.
Former presidential advisor Omarosa Manigault Newman admitted that she secretly recorded Chief of Staff John Kelly firing her in the high-security White House Situation Room.
Can I ask you a couple of questions? Is the president aware of what's going on?
Let's not go down the road. This is a non-negotiable discussion.
I don't want to negotiate. I've never had a chance to talk to you, General Kelly.
Yeah,
so if this is my departure, I'd like to have at least an opportunity to understand.
We can talk another time. This has to do with some pretty serious integrity violations. So I'll let it go with that.
What's weird about this is that Omarosa is presenting these tapes as evidence that she was treated unfairly. But from what she released, John Kelly doesn't sound that bad. If anything, he just sounded like a guy who had a lot more important things to do, you know? He's just like, look, I can't have this conversation right now. The president accidentally swallowed the nuclear launch codes, and we need to come up with some new ones ASAP. Like, if anything, these tapes may have landed Omarosa in hot water, because she took a recording device into the White House Situation Room. And that's the room where presidents hold the most classified meetings, like highly classified, things that are too secret for the Oval Office. Like the bin Laden raid was run from the Situation Room. I mean, I know now we don't know what they used that room for under Trump. I mean, I bet if we check the security cam footage now, we just see like Ben Carson sneaking in to take naps and Don Jr. going in there to practice his karate, you know? It's just like, the true master is one who can strike without waking me up. And as if taping the chief of staff in the Situation Room wasn't scandalous enough, today, Omarosa dropped her latest mixtape. And this one features the president himself. Oh, and please listen to how Trump reacts when he finds out Omarosa has been fired.
Omarosa, what's going on? I just saw on the news that you're thinking about leaving. What happened?
General Kelly came to me and said that you guys wanted me to leave.
No, nobody even told me about it. Nobody.
Wow.
You know, they run a big operation, but I didn't know it. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Damn it. I don't love you leaving at all.
I don't love you leaving at all. I just found out they run a big operation, Omarosa. God damn it. You know, for a man who lies as much as Trump, you think he'd be better at it? He's like, no, I'm so upset about this. I wonder if he did this to people who got fired from The Apprentice. If he also called them, he's like, hey, Gary, I just saw last night's episode. What happened? What happened? God damn it, I didn't know. Now, I'll be honest. What we've heard on the tapes is not particularly shocking, but what is shocking is how many people are secretly recording the President of the United States all the time. So many people are walking around the White House wearing a wire. I'm surprised that there aren't just feedback loops happening to everyone as they walk by, like people just having conversations like, hey, I was... Hey, your recording's interfering with my recording, man. Come on, come on. What frequency are you on? Yeah, just give me your recording after the meeting. This is weird.